we are back to Daniel Bailey TV. The Premier League is back, which means two things. Arsenal are back, and so am I. Listen, I'm going to get into talking about Arsenal versus Everton. We travel to Goodison Park for that all-important Premier League clash against Everton. And yeah, we don't really fare well at Goodison Park, do we? We've struggled a number of times since whilst going up to Goodison Park. And I don't know whether it's something psychological, because there's certain grounds we go to where we just struggle, and Goodison Park seems to be one of those grounds. And I remember last season's fixture, we went up there and we were going gung-ho in the title race, and I guess you could probably argue that this is where our title race started to falter a little bit, because we had that result at Goodison Park. Then we had the game against Brentford, and then we obviously played Man City, and all of those games we dropped points. We lost to Man City, we drew against Brentford, and we lost to Everton. And I guess that really sowed the seed for going into the rest of the season. Going into March, the results did pick up, but then obviously you know what happened in April. Don't want to keep going over that because it still hurts. But when you look at how we fell away in that title race, it's games like Everton, West Ham, Southampton. It's games like that where you think, if we'd had won all of those games, including that home game against Brentford, the title race might have been a different outcome. But yeah, we need to put that right on Sunday when we go up to Goodison Park. And I genuinely believe we can do it. Like, I don't know, like we're definitely stronger. Obviously Sean Dyche has been there for more than the one game. I remember when we went up there last season and it was Sean Dyche's first game. So can we go and get the win? I'd like to believe we can. We're coming off that result against Man United, where for long periods in that game, I thought it was going to be a draw, and then we just snatched jaws. We snatched the victory right at the end with Declan Rice getting on the score sheet, which I think is absolutely massive, because I think now we'll start to see the goals flow from Declan Rice. And then obviously topped off with Gabriel Jesus running through on goal from Fabio Vieira's ball, which again, another little cameo from Fabio Vieira. And again, great to see Gabriel Jesus. So we're coming off the back of a very good win against Man United. And we need to keep that up. If we're going to have any aspirations of competing with Man City, these are the types of games where you need to win. You saw when Man City go up to Goodison Park, they steamroll Everton. They don't take no prisoners. So we kind of need to do the same thing. When we go up to Goodison Park, we need to just steamroll Everton. But listen, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be an interesting dynamic, and it's going to be interesting to see what Arteta does with his team selections. Is he going to start Kai Havertz, or is he going to drop Kai Havertz and maybe put Declan Rice, have Declan Rice, Odegaard, and maybe a Fabio Vieira? Or is he going to stick with Kai Havertz? I actually think, and I maintain what I say about Kai Havertz, I think people give him a little bit of a raw deal because they never wanted him at Chelsea. So the fact that he's here at Arsenal, he has, people are just down on him right from the off. Now, I know he's got I'll get my words out eventually. He's got to prove us all wrong with his performances, but I genuinely believe he'll do that. I genuinely believe Kai Havertz will come good. And it's strange as well, because you look at the situation and you look at what's gone on this week with Harry Maguire and the treatment that he gets from Man United fans and other fans, and if we're not careful, we're going to fall into the same trap as Arsenal fans with Kai Havertz. And I know it's kind of a little bit different because Harry Maguire, obviously, when he's at Man United, he's played awful for Man United, but Kai Havertz really hasn't. You can't really, you can't really give Kai Havertz too much stick at this present stage. I think we need to see him for a few more weeks, and maybe a few more months before we start really piling in on Kai Havertz. But it's going to be interesting to see what Arteta does with his team selection. Obviously, he had his press conference yesterday and he said everybody's fit. So obviously, apart from the usual suspects like Jurriën Timber and Thomas Partey. But I'm expecting a strong lineup in this. I'm expecting to see pretty much the same lineup that we've seen consistently, bar a few couple of changes that we've seen over the start of the season. I'd like to actually see the starting lineup that we started against Man United, because that worked pretty well. But yeah, listen, guys, it's a massive game. We've got to go to Goodison Park. We've got to get the 3 points. Assuming Man City win their game today at the time of recording. So I'm recording this on Saturday morning. But at the time of recording, Man City are set to go away at West Ham. So assuming that, bar any upsets, they beat West Ham, then we've got to go and keep pace. We're already 2 points behind them. We can't afford to slip further and further behind them. But by the time you watch this, listen, that game will have been said and done. So yeah, listen, guys, let me know your score predictions. Actually, did I give my score prediction? No, I didn't. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Arsenal win. But yeah, guys, let me know your score predictions. Leave it down there in the comments section below. Remember, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help the channel. I'll be back to Monday. No, maybe tomorrow with the review of Everton Arsenal game. So look out for that. That'll be dropping on my channel. But listen, guys, enjoy the game tomorrow with wherever you're watching it or however you're watching it. And see you on the next one. Come on, you.